What's up, gents? Happy Friday. Brian Bandas here with The Married Man. Appreciate you spending a couple minutes with me. Want to pour in every single week into the most important task that's in front of us, which is building a powerful, beautiful, fulfilling family legacy. So my 6-year-old son, Archie, which is the coolest name ever, let's just agree on that, he is obsessed with the movie Space Jam, which is also pretty awesome that he is obsessed with that. He watches it every single day right now. And if you recall, the beginning of Space Jam is a young Michael Jordan, probably 10 years old or something, in his backyard, and he's shooting jump shots and shooting free throws and just like chipping away at his craft, right? So this week's email, for those who read it, was about the 3 things that my wife thought that I do well. I sent her 4 questions, which I'm going to go through over the next couple weeks. And the first one was, hey, what do I do well? What makes you feel good? What's working? And she said, well, 3 things. You make me feel wanted, you make me feel needed, you make me feel appreciated. And I thought, man, that's so fundamental, right? Like, that's the basics. That is like free throws and layups. And if you can't do that, you're not going to be Michael Jordan, period. Like, all the crazy stuff he does comes later. The most basic is him in the backyard, chipping away, learning how to make free throws. And this is that. So we talked about 3 ways that we can make our wives feel wanted, needed, appreciated. And I'm telling you guys, this is just the basic daily deposits, right, that we make into this relationship. The task of just the unglamorous but meaningful work of just slowly building this thing up brick by brick. So I'm bouncing around with a lot of different analogies here. All right, so the first one was making your wife feel wanted. For me, it's so basic. I just want to make sure I tell her verbally. I try and do it multiple times a day. I love you. Especially right before bed when we're going to sleep, put my hand on her and just say, I love you. I want her to go to sleep knowing that that hasn't changed. And the thing is, that's not always based on this crazy romantic, like, I'm not in middle school, right? I'm not head over heels in love every day like it's a Tom Hanks movie. No, that's a choice. That's me saying, hey, I choose you. I chose you yesterday. I choose you today. I choose you tomorrow. That won't change, right? Secondly, making our wife, let's see, what did we say? We said wanted, needed. So for me, what I have found to be really fulfilling is to bring Kelly into these meaningful conversations rather than just keeping them to myself. So recently I was making some business decisions which were challenging, and I sat in the kitchen with her and said, hey, here's my options. Here's sort of the pros and cons. What would you do? We had a really cool conversation, and she actually gave me some pretty good insight, and that just sends this message to her that I value her opinion and that I need her in my world, right? Lastly, appreciated. Man, again, guys, right? Like, this is the most basic thing. But if you notice your wife doing something that you know that you either don't want to do, you can't do, like, man, she makes our family dinner. She makes my kids lunches, right? She vacuumed our bedroom yesterday. I'm not saying I would never vacuum it, but it might go a while. So when I notice her doing things and I'm thinking, man, I would not do that, or I suck at that, and she's doing it really well, I say it out loud. Kelly, thank you so much for making this friggin' incredible, chicken parmesan for our family. This is amazing. And that's just, it's so fundamental, but that fills her up. So guys, let's go back to the Michael Jordan analogy. You think Michael Jordan is the greatest, but he couldn't do his fundamentals? No, that's like step 0. The dude can make free throws and layups, right? So these are our fundamentals. Make your wife feel wanted, needed, appreciated. You're making deposits into that relationship. It's totally worth it. Thanks for hanging out with me. Join the private Facebook group if you haven't. Appreciate you guys joining me, and I will see you on Monday.